Oh, Bill, this is Ryder here to review the Kamen Gaim DX Lockseed Holder and Pine Lockseed. Hopefully that's the name. So yeah, obviously we have a glaring issue. And typically this is not an issue. But in the case of this series of videos, it is. Where's the box? So I'll obviously run it down as we go through, but I don't know. I'm missing 3 of the boxes for this series. I don't know what happened to them. So instead, I'll try to refer back to when I initially unboxed these. Other than that, I looked through all of my boxes for 2 days. Got nothing. So I'm going to have to assume the boxes were lost during the flood. Which is ridiculous and upsetting. Which is why I'm filming this 3 days after I was initially supposed to film this series, because it's just like I'm too infuriated by the fact I can't find the boxes for these things. Anyways, the contents comprise of the Lockseed holder itself and the Pine Lockseed. Obviously, in the title, I'll correct the name because, again, I can't can't find it if I don't have the box, and I don't have the time to look for it now. So, putting the Lockseed to the side. The Lockseed holder I really like overall. So I really like the just deep navy blue that the Sengoku driver was in. So it's really nice to have it as like another piece of plastic. And I just really like how well it flows with like the Sengoku driver and such, with the silver outline and such. And obviously we have a belt clip right here and the trans stamp and such. Obviously the entire gimmick of the Lockseed holder is that you take your Lockseed, as you can see from this empty space from here, you simply push it into the slot like so. It clicks in, you swing it down, and there you go. You have a Lockseed hanging on the Lockseed holder, which is really cool. Obviously, as you can see from here, it can hold up to 3. So, put all of our pre-existing Lockseeds like so. And, you know, you can do fun stuff like this. And, yeah, it looks really good overall. Let's zoom out. Then, we take our Sengoku driver and actually put the strap on. And this goes, obviously, on the right side. Like so, and we will remove the other Lockseeds for this case. So yeah, I really like how well this looks overall. Like, I like how much this blends in with the Sengoku driver and such. And, you know, in a way, like, you know, it's not, without it, it's not wrong, because, you know, like, that's what I really like about the Sengoku driver too. I'll go more over in the next review, but, you know, it's just, Gaim is like one of those series where the holders actually do really help personalize the Ryder. I feel like it's the only series where the holders actually, like, again, complete a look for a Ryder and such. Because in Gaim's case, like, I mean, the case of this is like, we don't have any other Ryder that actually has the holder, that has the just the Lockseed holder. So, yeah, but like, other than that, you know, it's just a simple piece of plastic, but it's a cool piece of plastic. So, here we have the Pine Lockseed right here. Obviously, I want to advise this. You do get a pull tab, but I don't need the pull tabs for these because they have on and off switches. So, Anyways, here we have the pine Lockseed, like so. Obviously, it's in the standard Lockseed format. I've always really liked pine. Overall, I like the pineapple at the center, the green leaves, LS05. It's just, it's really neat overall. This one actually is the first to actually have a button color specific to the Lockseed, obviously, because it's just using the same plastic from the outer ring and such. And then speaking of that, opening it up, as we can see here, the pine slice, which again I've always just liked it, and the arms weapon down here, the pine iron. And obviously this kind of helps you signify which Ryder it's for. And obviously unlocking it like so is always pretty fun. Obviously this one you have to just simply press back. So switching it on, it also has its own unique activation sound. And obviously pressing the button back here has our standard Lockseed fares. I'll open it up for the sake of you being able to see the LEDs. It's a really nice yellow LED, or like a yellow-orange LED. Obviously, it takes a while for us to lose. There we go. And unlocking. Or activating. And then we'll do it again. Sorry. Let's use this in the Sengoku driver. So this is Gaim's, because, the front of the box did have Gaim using it. And obviously, again, because of these details. So, obviously, let's, again, activate it. And transform like so. So there we have the transmission of Gaim Pine Arms. Really like it overall. And obviously we have our 3 standard finishers. So I think the Pine Skosh is the one that he does the Ryder kick on, which is, of course, probably one of the coolest Ryder kicks of the series. And yeah. So overall, my thoughts on the Lockseed holder and Pine Lockseed set. This is honestly probably one of the best holder sets they've done. When they started doing these more, because they started since Wizard, and then they've been doing them since. Because I know I said, like, what was the last one I said was actually good? The Hisutsu holder. Like, I mean, I'll say that one was on par with, like, the Kimiwaza slot, where they actually try to do something new. But I think for basic holder necessities, this one's pretty neat. Like, for belt wise, this one's probably one of my favorites. I like just the simple look of it. It does what it needs to do. The Pine Lockseed is pretty cool too. Like, this isn't just like a throwaway thing and such. And just overall, like, it's pretty affordable. I think I got this back in Mandarake, like, a while back for $25, which is about right, because you're obviously mostly paying for this, and then just additional $10 for this thing and such. And obviously, because, surprisingly, this thing actually does get more importance later on. So if you do want to, for later things, You can get yourself a second one and such, because I think it's definitely worth getting a second one. But obviously you only get the one here and such. But again, a really nice holder set overall. This is just genuinely, out of phase 2, this is definitely my favorite holder set. So yeah, now to do this review, this is Ryder, and I'll leave people.